Bursting blues with a laugh in my eye. Shades of wonder got me on a high. We spin stories in purple and gold. Girls got colors nobody can hold. We mix it up, we make it new. Splashing bold, that's how we do. Running on fun, we won't slow down. Paint the town, turn it upside down. Rush out my favorite traffic jam. Color like a fool, yeah, you know who I am. Dreams on the canvas, magic in my head. Painting out loud, I don't care where I live. Like a fool, splashing wild, breaking the rules. Like a fool, like a fool, like a fool. Every line, every you. Welcome to the 18th, the brush out. In your eyes, so true. Let me call you sweetheart. I'm in love with you.
So sweet, so nice. So you gotta make sure things are working. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the brush hour. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody see me? We are going to get into it today. I just want to always make sure that things are working properly. I'm excited about this morning's project. I got started with it last night. Well, actually, I got started with, you guys know, we last brush hour, we got started with it. And then I really worked on it last night whilst I was binge watching Stranger Things. So I'm like the rest of the world now. I have finally caught up to where everybody else is in the world. Like I have just as much information as everybody else about Stranger Things. And so I'm enjoying it. There was something that happened last night where I was like, what? I mean, I know that's kind of like the point of the show. But there was something that didn't make sense to me. Oh, kick. What are you doing to me, kick? So stupid. There was something that didn't make sense to me, and I'm going to have to think about that a little bit more as to why that is. But the problem is that at this current time in life, I don't remember what it is that I had a problem with. And I just realized that I forgot my water. No! Maria says, wait, I missed the song. You did miss the song. You know what, guys? If you don't mind, I'm going to go get my water. Maria, this one's for you.
Push out my favorite traffic jam. Color like a fool, yeah, you know who I am. Dreams on the canvas, magic in my head. Painting out loud, I don't care where I live. Like a fool, splashing wild, breaking the rules. Like a fool, like a fool, like a fool. Every line, every you. Welcome to the 18th, the brush out. Bursting blues with a laugh in my eye. Shades of wonder got me on a high. We spin stories in purple and gold. Girls got colors nobody can hold. We mix it up, we make it new. Splashing bold, that's how we do. Running on fun, we won't slow down. Paint the town, turn it upside down. Push out my favorite traffic jam. Color like a fool, yeah, you know who I am. Dreams on the canvas, magic in my head. Painting out loud, I don't care where I live. Like a fool, splashing wild, breaking the rules. Like a fool, like a fool, like a fool. Every line, every you. Welcome to the 18th, the brush out.
Yeah, there you go, Maria. That's for you. And I have my water, so it's great. Yeah, no Dav packs 45, no thank you. Get out of here with that nonsense. No, we're not in the mood for that today. Anyway, welcome in, one and all. Happy Christmas. DL here with everything but the kitchen sink. Freddie is here saying hello. Larry Knight says it's almost Tabitha time. It is now Tabitha time. And then there's Justin Robert. Mayonnaise is the greatest instrument of all time. If you know, you know. It was never meant for human consumption. You guys know that mayonnaise is oil and eggs whipped together, right? Like that's all mayonnaise really is. Now, I'm sure that there's some kind of weird preservative thing going on in the mass-produced products, but that's all mayonnaise is whipped eggs and mayonnaise. Maybe a little salt, a little pepper, a little something here, but I feel like Justin is just trying to incur a conspiracy. And the rookie agrees. Rookie, I need to get with you. I know I have not messaged you back. And I had a little something happen. And I might have to refilm everything. If you guys know, you know. If you don't, you'll find out. And yeah. So that sucks. Grape is here on the kick side saying, like a fool, mountain mutt. Morning. Maria's here, mayonnaise. Yeah, jam too. I know, I do that too sometimes. It's actually pretty nice. Pretty nice. Like Baking Bad and good Game of Thrones. I'll probably watch Stranger Things once the show is finished. Yeah, why not? Mando torture comic. Hello, Lamo. King's Advisor, good morning. Spider Unlimited. Fantastic, sarcastic. Yay, one of my top favorite artist streamers, and Tabitha's here too. Hi, Maria. Oh, that was mean. That's mean. Wow. Oh, we are going to get drawing today. We're going to draw today. Don't you mind? Fantastic. What's worse, mayo or mustard? Do people have a problem with mustard? I like Dijon. I know. All right. Keep your little comments coming. I appreciate them. So I finished. If you didn't see in the community post, I did finish the Arc Raiders Olive battle. Great. I'm really proud of this piece, as I am with most pieces, but some more than others. And this one turned out so cool. I was like, I would watch this cartoon. Like, this looks so fun. You can see I redesigned the olive jar and everything like that. And the only thing that I'm not super proud of, or I should say proud of, the thing that I'm not super happy with is the outline. Whoops. The outline for Fear the Beardo. Something is off about it. It's the color choice. I don't know. I think I should have done something differently, but I've already invested nearly 15 hours of work into this piece alone. And so to go back, what is it that they say, that an artist never actually finishes their artwork, they just quit. So I look at this and I think of little things that I would have changed and whatnot. But that's the one thing that I would go back and I would really change, but I don't have the time, and I just gonna let things go and use it as a study for myself for future projects. Everything else I'm very happy with. I really am proud of how this turned out. I'm thinking about printing this out and then getting all of these dudes to sign it, maybe at MegaCon or something like that. I don't know. I think that would be really fun. I really like this picture. Everything except for the Arc Raiders was drawn or colored by myself. Arc Raiders, I didn't have time for that. And so fuzzy, everything is crystal clear, sir. The only thing fuzzy is the lights in the background, and that's because they're lights. What are you talking about fuzzy? But anyway, I really like this piece. And so going into the art for today, I'm going to go find it. Mouse. here is what I have. Now I have determined that I am going to make this into I'm gonna, like, add to it, like, this section over here, I'm gonna lengthen because I wanna have more of a story with this. Was thinking of having, like, Nomi's eyes squinting or having a jar of mayonnaise, like, kind of like little panels, and then go into this piece here as the final piece. I am so happy with how the mayonnaise looks. Like, it's a little bit trippy in the mind because of the fact that um it looks like ice cream, right? But it's dripping and melting. Like, ice cream makes us happy. There's been, like, a study or whatever on that of why ice cream makes people so happy, but then I've made the drippings and everything like that. And the problem so why I feel like I need to have more panels added to this one is because this is once again one of those inside joke theater moments, where unless you know the joke, you have no idea that this is mayonnaise. You will totally think that this is just melting ice cream. And why is this guy being tortured by ice cream? So I think if I could add some panels onto this that maybe help tell the story, then it would come across much clearer. I originally wanted to have jars of mayonnaise on the floor that were, like, empty and stuff like that because I do plan on putting some, like, drippings on moss and stuff like that. Now that I'm looking at it, it looks like his arm is, like, all bent and twisted. I might have to yeah, we're gonna have to fix that because it's not anatomically correct. But, something that yeah, maybe I'll just put the Hellmann's mayonnaise, factory picture or something like that in the background. I need more to explain this picture, um, because I don't have a video to go along with it, like a lot of my other videos that I did with my little comic strip things, I have a video, which I wanna do with the olive jar one. I wanted to get snippets of Jeremy and X-Wing and Beardo talking about the olives from the game, and then just comprise that into a nice little video to kinda help sell the idea of what the photo not the photo, but the poster, what the picture is all about. I just haven't story of my life, I just haven't had the time. But I like this picture. I like how Moss is turning out. I've decided to make him like uber buff over here with these legs because the thighs don't quit. And we just got to fix this arm because it's twisting like inward. I don't know. Maybe that's how your arm would kind of look if you were being tied to a stake in a basement, being force fed mayonnaise by one of your internet friends. Maybe. I don't know. I am gonna try to redo some of Mose's, face today and his head because I've definitely paid a lot of attention to his wow, body, that sounds so bad. Um Drawing the details of his body it doesn't really get much better if I say I'm an artist, I'm allowed to say it. It's okay, it's fine. It's like a doctor saying it. It's okay, it's fine. I've paid a lot of attention to Moss's body in drawing the different muscular shapes and whatnot and the forms, and so I feel like his, head is too simplified compared to the rest of the body. It doesn't help that I've been using Batman as a reference. So, Moss, I hope you didn't hear what I just said. If you guys could see my search history, the FBI would be coming for me. Like, to find the reference that I need, that I've been using, all I do is type in Batman tied up burning, and I get the exact picture that I want. And then this morning, because I was like, if I can get to the background, we will get to the background, I type in dark basement background. And it just kinda keeps getting worse, I what was it the other day? I was typing in tortured chibis being tortured. Oh my. Tabitha needs to remain distracted to play Outlast Trials. No, I am specifically going to schedule a day where it's a no talking stream, Dan Vass painting only stream. That's what we're gonna be doing. I have it. Hi, Canalus. Hello, welcome in. And I see Wendy. Hello, good morning, afternoon, Tabitha, dearest in chat. I'm fine before you ask. I was gonna ask. Of course I was gonna ask. Thank you, Dreamy Tabitha, for giving me the confidence to get back into drawing after many years' absence. May need a critique. Sure. That being said, today is Makeover Monday. You can always throw your artwork over into the Patreon section and you will have my full attention. Nothing but my full attention for 30 minutes after the show ends today. So there's that. There's the free Patreon Artist Alley, where if you just wanna if you need a step of encouragement, if you need a boost, just post your artwork there, and it's a loving community that we are growing over there, and it's judgment free unless you ask for it, critique free unless you ask for it. If you want the critique from Tabitha, you have to go over to, Makeover Monday section, which is for members, but it's at the lowest tier, and if I will just give you my opinion, I will give you my education and my experience in my word choice to help you. It's only about encouraging one another. Um, Moss says, if you're going to torture me with mayo anyway, I appreciate you being very overgenerous with this. You know it, Moss. That's how we do it over here. This is how I remember Moss's legs from the picture that I saw. I won't tell you everything else that I saw in that picture that Sevi showed me, but you know. What? Is it me or does Tabitha have Goodyear's Disney princess hair this morning? Goodyear's? What does that mean? I may or may not have heard, but will act as if I hadn't. Hey, there we go. Username on YouTube. Hit the like button. Okay. So Moss's arm does look very twisted here, and I don't know. Let me get my Batman tied up burning reference here. And it's kind of sort of there, but it's not. It does look like he's dislocating his shoulder to get out, which, in a way, I kind of like that. It adds a lot more. Cavantino over there on Kick, I see you. I'm sorry. I do think that it adds to it's almost like I feel like there adds a lot of movement, right? So it's like he's trying to shift this out. So I think I'm gonna leave it. The problem is that the problem is with Moss is his face. But part of me too thinks that it's kind of funny if I just leave the face here. But I don't know. Maybe let's look at Batman's face here. Since we've been using Batman to figure out how to draw you. I hope hope that makes you feel better. I need to try to and draw Tabitha so she can critique me and tell me never to do it again. I can already stop you right there. Don't do it. All right. What if we changed? Because I've just basically used this face of Moss befores. So, what if we changed the mouth here? Let me shift this over. Goodyear's before they went woke. I think I've heard of it. I just don't know if I've ever seen it. Was that a Disney princess show? I don't think it was. By the way, look, guys, I got my little tree up, and you can't see it, but there are little wooden ornaments that my great grandfather hand carved in Germany. Let me see. My personal carpet. My personal favorite is this one for maybe obvious reasons. Hand carved, guys. This wasn't made with the tools of today. This is a hand carved piece. Everything is hand carved from my great grandfather. I mean, he's been dead for a very long time. And I know. Look at the little squirrely squirrel. Oh, I love it. So you can't see it, but there's a rocking horse, a candle, a snowman, and jolly old Saint Nick. But yeah, so I have a better idea. Like when people say, where does your artistic skills come from? I always just say my mom, but I could just be like, oh, it's in the family. So, oh, speaking of which, I did also want to showcase, I've been going to this pottery painting place and with Krista a lot lately. We've kind of become addicted. And I did a plate. It was like a dish. I did a plate for my niece for Nikolaus. And so I loved it so much. I was like, I want a Nikolaus plate. I want to paint one for myself. So here we go. And then I did put the little squirrely squirrel. Oh my god, ain't he cute? And then I got a little bird, a little church, and a village there, and a little girl leading jolly old Saint Nick. um, on his way to deliver the presents. So what's so fun about this, and also anxiety-ridden, is that the colors that you use when you paint this are very pastel, and jewel toned. They're not at all this vibrant. So they have on the wall a bunch of ceramic turkeys that are all painted with the colors that they have to show you, and then they're fired up. So they tell you, "This is what they will look like, but what's in the jars is not what you're actually getting." So, this looked very. I'll have to post it on Twitter, today. This is the before. This is not the after. I had no idea exactly how this plate was going to look. And so there was a little element of freedom in there where it's like, just go with the wind. But then also it was like, it gets out of your comfort zone because of the fact that I don't have a clue how bad or how good this is going to look. But given that this is my third painting. And so I kind of was starting to get an understanding, but honestly, I had no idea how dark the blue was going to be. I knew it was gonna be dark, but I had actually blended this with some lighter blue, and obviously that just didn't quite take as much as the dark blue, but it's so cool. And, I based it off of, like, traditional Nikolaus plates and just kinda modified it to make it my own, but yeah, yesterday was no, 2 days ago was Nikolaus. Anyway, um, Real Stephen TV, hello. Um Yeah, of course, your drawing is perfectly clear. Beardo's actually the one who's always what did I do? I did the plate. I didn't do the ornament. I don't do wood carving stuff. That's amazing. Thank you. My great uncle, excuse me, my great uncle. Did I say my great grandfather? My great uncle made that. My great uncle hand carved. I have some of the ornaments, and my brother has some of the ornaments. And I do have a bigger Christmas tree, like a smaller, bigger Christmas tree, and it has a lot of family stuff on it. My great grandmother on my dad's side would crochet like nobody's business, and I have a very delicately crocheted, very small, about this big, very delicately crocheted snowflake. Um, it's beautiful. I'll have to show that off at some point. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah. And then there's the ornaments that I make. It's a couple of years ago though. I made fa la 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 Jawa. I did, I don't know if any OGs are out there. Remember when I did the shirt and the mug that sold really well of Jabba the Claus because, he laughs like, "Ho, ho, ho." So I thought it'd be so great to make him Santa Claus. Gosh, this I made these like 5 years ago, something like that. Was that when the height of The Mandalorian was? And then I made What Child Is This? Just a nice little spoof on and then all I want for Christmas is R2. Who, baby. um, yeah. Yeah, it is. Thank you. Am I gonna use it or display it? No, I've already used it. I put my Nicolaus stuff on there, my little sweet treats and stuff like that, the other day. I mean, I don't know that I'm gonna, like, because it is food safe. I don't know that I'm gonna, like, eat spaghetti off of this or anything like that, but I probably will use it more of a serving dish than I will a food dish, you know? Utini! Yeah, I know. I like the Jawa, yeah. I wanted to get a shirt of that. I did sell shirts a couple of years ago where I had Jawas dressed up like, Christmas characters. There was an angel, there was Rudolph and Santa, and I think they were decorating a tree. I have to go back and look in the archives. But anyway, mouse. So, if I'm looking at distressed man. Oh, I was supposed this to see, I've already inked. This is not good. Now we're back at the practice phase. Hang on. I saw a game this morning that lets you create a chateau in a sandbox environment in Steam. Tagged you and a few other ladies. Oh, is it like Sims, basically? All right. Um, here we go. We're just gonna. It doesn't look nearly as distressed as. Hang on. So we're curving this way. Let's get rid of this. This is why you sketch first. You always have your second And then showing teeth. What if we gave Moss incisors? Distress. No, it looks like he's wanting to eat it. Maybe we should just leave. If it ain't broken, what if we added the teeth? Does that Okay, I think maybe adding the teeth does a little something to it. You need tabs for Christmas ornaments? I looked into them. I don't know if you will get them by the time Christmas, comes around, and so it might need to be something that we look into for next year. I apologize. You have a Baby Yoda joke, but you'll hold it in? Oh my. Um, Savvy will love that you can design a wine vineyard. Savvy doesn't dr Sevy doesn't drink that much, does she? I don't really ever hear her talking about wine. That's okay, next year. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming next year. Like, I think I mentioned the other day, there's might be something, in the future about Dreaming Tabitha and Transformers. So, I've given an opportunity for that, next year, so I gotta work on some things and Alright, so let's just see if we add maybe just some more details to the face. Sevi drinks vodka. I know she's talked about whiskey. I know she's talked about whiskey. I've never really heard her talk about wine. But you know what? At the same time, I don't number 1, I don't care. And then and first and foremost, it's none of my business. So, no. So, I noticed that a lot of these comic book characters, they'll have lines in random places, and so maybe that's, maybe aha! We need to ageify Moss. Maybe it's these lines here that just don't work anymore. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is looking a little bit better. I think it's also because I'm changing it. Sometimes when it's just too familiar, it's not enough change, and I know that sounds self-explanatory, but I mean, it makes sense. So you're saying Moss is an old man now. Well, I would think if he was in the dungeon or Nomi's basement being force-fed mayonnaise, it would, And so my idea is to then have like this, I'll do this in coloring where he'll have this, face and whoops, I did a feather for some reason instead of a drop, having like, wow, that looks really good. But but I think it'll help. Oh, and Larry, I've gotta email you today. Yes, about your request. All right. I wonder if his eyebrows are wrong too. Which, like I said, I've already done the inking portion, but Moss is one of the few characters that I've done where he didn't get a lot of detail in the face. I think because I was in such a hurry. So let's just draw these in here. I mean, they're not he's not looking in the right direction. There we go. I think that helps. I think that ties in like the little lines around the mouth and everything like that. I think that this really ties into the body as far as the detail goes. I am probably gonna get rid of this. This won't be quite as prominent. It just kinda helps with the guidelines, here we go. What do you think, Moss? Um, so that way I kinda know later on too with when coloring and stuff like that. Mayonnaise takes years off your life, avoid it at all costs. That's the lore. That's the lore. Um, she didn't have a bad diet before, Cavantino. I'm not really sure why everybody's, like, just harping on Sevi to eat meat. If she's living a healthy life prior to, then it's fine. But I am happy to hear that she enjoys steak. It is definitely a very tasty and enjoyable thing in life, but I mean, Sevi was never unhealthy before, so there you go. Justin Bravo donated money to me? Here? What? For $10, cheers to family history. I found out my 4th great-grandfather was Canadian. Trying to say that in my best, like, American Muppet Eagle voice. It's amazing what genealogy can reveal about yourself. Yeah, I do. I love it. I love it a lot. Um, Justin, what part of Canada? Because I too have family in Canada. French Canadians, Nova Scotia. We don't want to talk about it, but we do want. We haven't heard that banger in a long time. So thank you, Justin. Thank you for contributing to the earworm of Stomp Stomp Roar Roar. Ontario. Wow, that's where losers are from. No, I'm just kidding. I no, apparently my great my great yeah, my great grandmother on this side of the family is her family is from Nova Scotia. Please be a Saskatoon? What does that mean? You mean Saskatchewan? Quebec. Oh, these are just rumors on the internet, Cavatina. If you ever meet her in real life, you'll know. Feeling so blessed after this weekend. Spider Limit, I hope everything's well. I remember that you had some kind of an emergency, so don't think that we didn't forget around here. Or if any of these other people in the chat, if any of the other dreamers forgot, this dreamer did not. But no, I hope everything's okay. All right. So I'm very happy. I'm actually even kind of happy with the distressed look of the eyeballs here, but I think we need to clean those up. I usually do those later. Shut Fantastic, sarcastic. Look, I drew lines here, fantastic. So, I fantastic. I don't know if you're blessed or cursed or what, but I never tell people to shut up. So the fact that you notice I had to stop myself. I never tell people to shut up. We weren't allowed to do that growing up, so it's like I don't I just don't do it. I don't like to be told to shut up, and I don't tell other people to do that. So the fact that you actually got me to say that You guys know this is a Dreaming Tabitha stream. We don't make art here. Okay. I'm gonna make a new layer and see if I can recreate. If you know what's fascinating too, guys, it's that the shape of the pupil or even the iris when you're making these comic characters, like technically all of us humans, we have the same shape. It's all circular, right? But in the comic book world, some characters, I don't know if you've noticed it with any of my chibis, but some of them, um, let's see, I have to make sure he's looking at the right way. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna create another layer, and I'm gonna do this and try to see if that would kinda help. So some of my characters have more of an oval shape, and some of my characters have round, round shapes, and so it's very interesting, um, that sometimes those are the details that make the difference, um, when creating your character. Like I said, it's so odd because in the real world, we all have circles for our pupils, for our irises. But there have been times where I'm drawing somebody, a caricature of someone, and I can't figure out what's wrong, why it looks off, and then I'll change the shape of their eye to an oval, maybe an exaggerated oval, and somehow it looks more like them. It's weird. It's weird, weird. All right, let's get rid of the laser beams. Yeah, now he looks upset and distraught. We'll see how that goes. How about hush your mouth? We were a very polite family, sort of, kinda growing up, so. They settled in Cleveland afterwards. Each generation had about a dozen kids each. This is one of the many reasons why I do not date in Cleveland. That's probably some wise advice, Justin. Hey, but at least, you'd have something in common. Kevin, Tina, I'm sure your concern is appreciated, but I think we all know that Sevi is probably smarter than everybody here collected. So I'm sure she'll be fine. Oh, that woman astounds me. She astounds me. You're honored, fantastic. Great. You see a lot of oval eyes in anime. Ah, okay, interesting. Mm. I hope that he can't, Cavatino. I don't ever wanna see Moss juggle like The Rock. Okay, so, that's good. So then now we got our inking, we're gonna move on to Narmi. Um, Narmi's hand, at least. So we have to make this bigger. So pro tip, what's really cool about Procreate as well is that if you are accustomed to using line work for comic style artwork and you don't wanna have to try to memorize the percentage size and things like that, you'll notice that over on this area, right in here, you have your thickness level, your meter, and so I have been able to find out that when you hold down, you can actually add if you press it to the width that you need and go to the plus symbol, it will save it. So you'll notice that I have these lines right here. I have, the 3%, the 6%, and then the 10%. These are the sizes that I use for all of my drawings. There are a couple of times, like today's instance, where I am going to increase the size because of the fact that this foreground image of the hand with the mayonnaise is much closer to us, so the weight needs to be a lot bigger than what it is, with Moss's character. So if you are using Procreate and you don't wanna have to remember what size the line was and you wanna work with consistency and efficiency, just tap over here on the meter, and you'll notice that it has the plus symbol over on the side, and it will save it, so all you have to do is just go back and forth to whatever size that you need. Pro tip! Alright. So, because I don't use this particular weight that often, I'm not gonna save it. I just save it for those other 2. Um, Dead Man Talking says, "I found my wife at a family reunion. Imagine the horror when I discovered we weren't directly the horror when you weren't directly." That's a great story. I love that. "We can appreciate the talent and drawing skills that Tabitha is showing us. I'm enjoying the stream, the movements, the curves, the lines. Hey, it is what it is." Tomorrow's hot take. Be ready, guys. Be ready with your hot takes. I'm coming. I'm coming at you hot with what I have planned. Excuse me. Motivation Mondays, what these streams are kinda supposed to be about. So I'd like to ask the chat too, is there something that you accomplished this week that you're very proud of, whether it was getting all the laundry taken care of, whether it was vacuuming that corner of the house that nobody ever looks at, and so you always ignore, but you know it's full of the biggest dust bunnies and crummies of your life. Were you able to finish something at work? Were you able to finally get your taxes filed or I don't know, something like this? We wanna know. I wanna know, what did you do? What was it that you accomplished that motivates you for the rest of the week? I'll go first. Starting to make it sound like one of those, 1990 PBS, shows. Maybe we should do that. Um, what did I accomplish this week? Oh, I had it. I had it. Um, well, I did more work on the Canadian Bear book, got some pages done. Um, and I listened to more audiobooks. Does that make sense? I tend to watch a lot of TV, quote unquote. That's the word we're using now, TV, even though it's not TV, it's computers, iPads, YouTube. But I tend to have that on a lot. Most artists do. It kinda helps us focus, where it's like I don't really watch it, but I kinda watch it, like, when people are streaming and whatnot and or other artists, and I have it on in the background. And I haven't been reading as much as I would like to read, and so was doing some traveling and stuff like that. Traveling around town, and, I started listening to what is it called? Because I wanna be a better version of me, you know? I believe that you should start your New Year's resolutions before the new year. If something inspires you, then go ahead, but I've been reading Oops, here we go. Brand yourself for success with Octavia. Dear God, what is his last name? Octavia Gordima. Gordima? Gordama. Anyway, it's been a really fun. It's kind of got like exercises and things like that in there for you as well. And I really have been enjoying it. And so I'm proud or motivated of myself to be able to go outside the comfort zone and try to learn more rather than just taking in content, you know? Like, try to get my brain focused while I'm drawing for the future, all that kinda s So, Retro Collective, hello from the hardworking man over there. Retro, I thought you were going to be live streaming your Metroid Prime stuff. I didn't know it was gonna be pre-recorded. I was all in, man. I had it ready and the wings. I clicked on notify me. I thought you was gonna be live streaming Metroid Prime, brother. Um, my dude. But, anyway, I hope your videos are doing well. I haven't checked on them recently because I know Metroid Prime is really a hot topic right now. Um, we need another Tab of the Krista stream. Those are always fun. Yeah, I would love to do another gingerbread, I would like to do another gingerbread house making thing. I just don't know if we have, uh I think I need to do this on a different layer here. I just don't know. I don't know what Krista's availability is. I don't know if we're able to get together for that because typically she would come over to my place. She'd come over to my little office space there and excuse me. Ooh, this kinda looks ghoulish now. I kinda like it though. But we'll see. I am gonna be planning the art party. I gotta get together with some folks, trying to have it next Friday because technically the last Friday of this month is the day after Christmas, and people probably won't be available. So there's that. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Um It tastes like music. I wanna have that cinnamon. I'm allergic to cinnamon. I tried my internet oh, I get it. Hey, we can only do what we can do, right? Can only do what we can do. I what? I did a shout out super chat to you and Krista on the Islands of Adventure stream last week. Ryan was like, "Of course, Steven would only acknowledge women on stream." We give the people what they want, you know. Now, Grinnell, how are you, sir? Remember for 3 months. I forgot to say that, by the way. All right, let's see. Nagrinol, has Nomi ever tried to force feed you some disgusting, delicious food? Because that's where we're at with Moss right now. Poor guy. Suffering. Logical Spark, good morning. Good to see you. Be sure to hit the like button. Hang on, we need to make that thicker line too. I gotta message Sevi to see if we're still going to be trying to escape rooms and whatnot since Nomi left me for Moss. Can you believe that? The nerve? Like we had a thing going, and then she was like, "You know what I need in my life? A man." Who even says that? Who who even says that? Oh my goodness, over there on the kick side, Retro Collective has gifted 10 subs. I know you are a hardworking man, Retro Collective. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, dude. Oh my god. And because he's such a hardworking man, let's give him a little extra. You know, he deserves it. You deserve the glory. You deserve it. Thank you for blessing the channel so much, Retro Collective. Um, yeah, I have had the honor of meeting Retro Collective in real life, unlike the rest of you peasant folk. Retro is so nice. He's a really nice guy. I wish your internet worked better. I was gonna watch your streams, Retro. I had it all set and ready. But gosh, hang on. Alas, I understand that life has its hooks on us. I know, I haven't even eaten yet, Freddie, so, you know. I know, I know. Well, you're the one who pushed Nomi off the boat. I did not. Lies. Mountain what? Lies. I have a video of it. I was literally on the other side of the bridge. I didn't push her off off of the boat. What are you talking about? You could never. I could do it, especially if the price was right. I think I could do it. I don't want to do it because that's a lot. That's heavy, but I bet I could do it. I know Philip Chan, we had talked about, he was like, oh, he talked about like how much it would take me to do a cake stream and eat the cake faster than him and bigger and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, 500. He was like, I did it for $500. I'm like, 550 and I'll make it bigger and I'll do it faster. Hey, Elijah. Hello, hello. Tabitha met me. I see her point. Yep, yep, yep. Like a fool. All right, let's see. We are. Oh, I have the eraser bin. Silly me. All right. Oh, this looks so good and gross. Ah. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see. I got to draw the spoon. Maybe I should draw that underneath as well. And I'm going to change the color so that I can see it clearly. Oh, that's a little too bright. Is it? All right. There we go. Now we're talking. Irish Jedi. Phil haggled himself and did it for $250. Exactly. Exactly. I bet I could eat a bigger cake and eat it faster. Because when Phil was talking about that and it took him like 2 hours to eat a cake, I'm like, you clearly, he's like, no, it was so difficult. I'm like, have you ever met a woman? 2 hours to eat a cake? It is his fault that he ate was it a cheesecake or something like that, and he's lactose intolerant. But that's not my problem. Like, it's not my problem. It is not beyond disgusting. I bet I'd be willing to do it. I could do it. I'd be fine. I'd be fine. Maybe. I guess we'll never know. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw the fullness of the spoon because I need to have that ground me. Here we go. Although I feel like that needed to be a bigger, thicker line as well to match Narmi's hand here. Have I ever had mayo cake? I've had mayonnaise chocolate, like chocolate cake made with mayonnaise. Because once again, guys, mayonnaise is pretty much just eggs and oil, the key ingredients to a lot of baking and food. You know, so, oops. It's a little off, but I'm okay. Am I okay? Am I okay with that? I mean, I kind of feel like it helps with the distortion, but no, I don't like that. Maybe I need to stop drawing it sideways. But then it's hard to get the nice smooth. No, I don't like that either. Let's try it upside down, shall we? There we go. Looks like a gaping, like a alien mouth. Mayo is eggs and oil and a whole lot of net. Not Larry, keep your opinions to yourself until tomorrow. Okay, I'm sure I could take Nomi on. Pretty sure I could take Nomi on. Oh no, that is a heaping spoonful. It is, isn't it? It is, my pretty. It looks pretty good in a really disgusting way, doesn't it, Moss? Like, poor mouse. Mouse. All right. Oh, hang on. Let's make that a little. It's been a very gloomy day here in Florida. Yesterday was a gloomy day with lots of rain and thunder and lightning. No worries, Wendy. Thank you as always for being here and gracing us with your presence. It's always appreciated. Kitchen duty, very important. I hope that we motivated you here today. Reminds me of the screen from The Office where Michael wants chocolate chip ice cream but doesn't have any, so he eats mayonnaise. I mean, I would eat mayonnaise and olive. I would dip an olive in mayonnaise. I think that would be pretty good. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, so do you believe in magic? All right. I'm gonna shave Nomi's hand. It's a little too hairy. No, but just to help with the line work a little bit, just to kind of like custom line work, if you will. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. It's the morning phlegm. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? All right, so it just helps so that not everything is so thick. Do you ever do of course, I've talked about this last week. I love mayonnaise, ketchup, and fries. Love it. Would eat it every day if I could. Love it. Love it. Love it. Next question. Oh, no, come on, that would be so good. The contrast of the creamy, smooth richness of the mayonnaise coupled together with the harsh, strong, savory vinegar of the olive. It would be so good. Hairy hands, Nomi. Narmy. Hairy hands, Narmy? Narmy? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nar You don't know what you're missing. You don't know what it's like, Nagrinol. You don't know. I could just imagine. No, I think that'd be great. I may have done that before. I get a lot of salt cravings. And so sometimes I just need as much salt as I can in one moment, and then I'm pacified. Okay, I think that's good. Can we go back to bacon, please? What is this? I love girl feet over on Kick. Stop it. Don't be posting weird things in my chat. Okay. You do, you've tried it. I love vinegar. Dude, I could drink it. I don't recommend that, but I may or may not have drunk a bit of the vinegar in my lifetime and savored every moment of it. So good. You guys are making me thirsty. These pretzels are making me thirsty. Okay. So then I just need to draw the stake that is behind Moss. Poor Moss. All right. The stake shall be made of wood. All right. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward. My grandmother would add salt to her pizza. Fascinating, Holt Smash. I'd rather drink battery acid. Would you? At least vinegar is meant to be ingested. So pro tip. Okay, not a medical expert here, but it has been proven that gargling apple cider vinegar, if you have strep throat or some kind of issue with your throat, like a venereal disease, some kind of disease, like a viral infection or whatever, kind of like that. Regular stuff, regular people stuff. Or if you have like tonsillitis, there are other things that you can couple for tonsillitis, but having cured tonsillitis twice by myself naturally, apple cider vinegar has been a strong contributing factor. It helps kill the bacteria in your throat. So, pro tip, not a medical expert, but tried, proven, TP, you know. Also, if you have heartburn, if you have, again, pro tip, not a medical expert. If you have heartburn, or a lot of stomach acid, you should drink just a little bit of vinegar, apple cider vinegar or regular vinegar. It helps balance out because technically, if you have too much, you actually don't have enough. So your body's like trying, from what I understand, is trying to overcompensate. Do your own research, of course, but it's trying to overcompensate. I have done this before. It seems counterproductive. Like if you're burning, if you have acid reflux, all this kind of stuff. Irregularly. It's different if you're having a strong diet of nothing but flaming hot Cheetos and jalapenos and salsa and all this kind of stuff. But if you're like a regular person and you're having, you know, a lot of issues with that, like heartburn, acid reflux, try drinking like it was like a tablespoon or a shot of vinegar. And I know it's really harsh, you know, because it's very strong, but it actually will balance out. Basically, your body is not producing enough acid, and so it's trying to overcompensate, so you have to balance it out. I've done it. It helps. Pro tip, but not a medical expert. Yes, it can also be an appetite suppressant because of how, from what I understand, because of how much salt is in it. So I keep a jar of garlic stuffed olives or blue cheese stuffed olives in my fridge, like almost at all times, because I will, like a lot of people, I tend to get the munchies right before dinner time, which is terrible. So if I eat one or two of these olives because they are soaked in vinegar and all of that salt and acid, it triggers my brain almost as if I am telling myself I've already eaten a meal. And so it kinda just tricks my brain for the small period of time in between meals so that I don't eat in between meals. Take some olive oil, vinegar, and maybe some garlic, makes a good dip for bread, especially when mixed with mayonnaise. Salt and vinegar chips are pretty good. I used to eat them until my tongue would burn, like, split. It was great. Hi, Tide. How are you? I'll be responding to you as well. Thank you for your help, by the way. Wanted to see if we were in the right area. Didn't know how creative we were getting, so I'm glad that you kind of toned it down for me. Pretty sure vinegar is basic, so it makes sense that it would balance out the body's. Yeah, it's just a natural way to help balance out the acidity or the lack thereof in your stomach. So back to Moss burning at the stake. Well, he's not burning at the stake. He might. Oh, I was gonna make this out of wood. Why did I make this blight? Oh, it's a really dark wood. Okay. Your father's not your father. Krista's been sharing these memes, real things. You remember back in the day, like in the 80s and the 90s, they had these reality shows where they would have mediums and stuff like that come on. And there was this one woman, I forget what her name is, like Sally something, and she had a really rough, like smoker's voice. And she would just tell these people stuff. They'd be like, "Hey, Sally," or whatever her name was. I have. There was one that's totally my favorite. Or at least one of my favorites. This young girl get up. I really struggle with like crippling anxiety, like social anxiety, and it's really difficult for me to speak in front of people, and I have a really hard time. She's like, "Honey, you were a witch in your past life. That's why you have a hard time speaking in front of people." And it's because you were burned at the stake for being a witch. And the girl's like, "Oh, okay, thank you." You know, she's like, "You were a witch in your past life. That's why you suffer from crippling social anxiety." Um, so there's that, if you guys didn't know. There was another one where another personal favorite. This one lady is distressed. She's like, Sally, My mother passed away a couple of months ago or a year ago, some time frame, and she's like, "My mother passed away 2 years ago, and she had, cancer in the throat, and it was taking over, and it was just getting to be too much, and when we were in the hospital, she was on her deathbed, and I could tell that she was really trying to tell me something, and she was never able to actually say it to me out loud, and I just wonder, I've been wondering this whole time, what was it that she was trying to tell me? Like, it would really give me some closure if I just knew what my mom was trying to tell me, when she was not able to, and she's like, "She was telling you your father's not your father. Your father's not your father," and the lady's like, "Oh, oh, well, I wonder if I should try to find him," and she's like, "No, no." She's like, "Don't bother. He's not worth it." She's like, "Don't worry, don't even try, don't even look for him. Not worth it." Your father's not your father. You imagine just being so flippant about that? I mean, she just looked at these people with, like, 0 compassion, just looking like, "Your father's not your father." That's what she was trying to tell you, your father's not your father. The heck, man? Um, yeah, think of Hagrid in that voice saying, "You're a wizard, Harry. You're a wizard, Harry." I would love to see it. "Hey, Brett, good morning." "Your father's not your father. Don't even look for him. He ain't worth your time." There was another one, and, like, this woman was so quick to the draw. There was one time when this another young girl, I feel bad for these people too, they were so gullible, and she was taught this one young girl was saying something along the lines of, somebody in the family had died, and they were explaining how they were trying to explain how the person died, and, like, and the story. When they were explaining the story and that the person had died, and then the lady said something like, "Yeah, he died in a car crash," or something like this, and they were like, "Well, no, he" wait a minute, what was it? Oh, he was like, "Oh, he drowned." That's what she said. He like, "He drowned. He drowned." And they're like, "Well, no, it was a car crash." And then she would, like, spin it to mean something else. So gifted in the art of lying and deceiving. It was so humorous, but the sad reality of, like, people used to watch this, like, all the time. Darth Vader to Luke Skywalker, "I am your father, but told by a medium." "I am your father." The accent is a little too on the nose there. What does that mean? "Your father's not your father." I would have said, "Did you try to get her to write it down?" No. High tide, stop making sense. Doesn't work that way on reality TV. I always tell Chris, I'm like, "I think I need to send you the videos of, have you ever heard of Madame Cleo, the Caribbean medium?" Oh. "It's not your father." "No, honey, you wouldn't like him. He's not worth your time." Like, it's my father, like, "No, no, no." "Oh, I'm not using the right color?" Okay. I'm so hungry now. Thanks, guys, for talking about olives and mayonnaise, all that kind of stuff. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll just make myself a nice, like, egg mayonnaise situation. Okay, so pro tip. Um, I've been told to me, if you want a quick breakfast, less mess, no hassle, I'm all about that life right now, and if you have a little dish, little bowl, little soufflé bowl. You don't have to have a soufflé bowl, but if you have a little soufflé bowl, those little white ones, they're about yay high, little anyway, if you put mayonnaise in there, I know for the mayonnaise haters out there, but hear me out. If you put again, because mayonnaise is just oil and eggs, if you get rid of the idea of what mayonnaise is, but if you put mayonnaise into a little soufflé bowl, we'll just be fancy. If you put mayonnaise into a little soufflé bowl and then you crack an egg or 2 in it, and then you mix it up really well. and then put it in the microwave for 2 minutes. It makes the most amazing egg soufflé, basically just scrambled eggs, but it's so fluffy, so light, and it's just great for on the go. It'll take 3 minutes of your life to have a very tasty breakfast because there is some salt in there as well, and so there's no hint of mayonnaise, like, as far as, like, there's no fluffiness as far as or goo as far as the mayonnaise is concerned, but, if you like to eat eggs on the go, and if you're like me and you used to struggle with making eggs in the microwave because like, it would explode and go everywhere, this is a solution for you. So it really does. I don't have to worry about it anymore. I feel like I'm one of those info commercials, like, nobody struggles like white people in infomercials back in the '80s and the '90s. Do you struggle with open with, with what is it, I was gonna say a carton of milk, no, but, like, they make milk cartons, right? Do you struggle opening milk? Is it difficult for you to get the hose to attach to the side of the house? Then you're in luck, you know what I'm saying? But it's true, it is so true. You just take a little microwavable bowl, it doesn't have to be a soufflé bowl, but if you put mayonnaise in it and then mix it really well with the eggs, it helps detach the eggs from the sides so it's easier to clean up, and it adds a little bit of flavor to it because of the salt factor. It doesn't taste like mayonnaise, right? Because the eggs are really strong in flavor, and it lifts it. It'll make it really fluffy, really high, and it's just great for, like, wedging it in between a sandwich too. You just grab and go. Like, so if you're looking for an easy peasy thing, you can find it on TikTok. I'm not the only person, you know? The slap chop guy I'm always a big fan of Billy Mays, you know? He was my hero. Alrighty, Rooney. Just add milk. Yeah. I make these muffins that are made from 5 eggs, half a stick of butter, and half a stick of okay, that makes sense, and 8 ounces of cream cheese and a vanilla extract. Oh, I do love me a good simple recipe that is efficient and effective. And wow! Yeah, exactly. Recap said, "I watch a lot of art streams. I call BS." Fantastic. I'll need to post it maybe on Twitter or something like that. On my rewatch or whatever it's called for YouTube, it says that I watch like, my top watched content is watercolor videos. I watch except for Maria, I watch 0 watercolor videos because I have no interest in watercolor. It is not something that I wanna watch. YouTube is lying to you. I don't know what it is. I watch a bajillion art videos. I don't watch watercolor videos. I don't. I don't watch watercolor tutorials. I don't watch people make watercolor. I don't watch them design watercolor stuff. I don't know what it is, but like my most watched video content is watercolor. I go chasing waterfalls all the time, even though they tell you not to. Well, yeah, of course, make sure it's a microwavable safe bowl, otherwise you'll have worse problems. Alright, so we have here I haven't fully decided let me go to my dark basement background. I haven't fully decided on the background. I kinda wonder if I need to make the room look bigger, if that might make it look more ominous, you know? Like, further away. Away, away, I don't know. I was kind of thinking of a weird angle too, which doesn't make sense at all. You know what? Forget that. So I'm gonna have to bring in some experts from the internet and let them be my guiding star as how to do this really creepy, cool background. Do, do, do. Have I not been? Look what I drew. Look what I drew. I drew a giant thing of mayonnaise. I drew a hand. I do an ice cream. I put wrinkles on Moses' face and the stake to which he will be burned and tied to, tarred and feathered. Yeah. YouTube gave you my feed. I watch watercolor and gouache stuff all the time. See, got us. We're the same person, Creator Chaz. We're the same person. Tech videos. Apparently, I suck at working on my own computer and need a tutorial. I hear that. Good morning, Wiley Dave. Good morning. I hope you are doing well, sir. Oh, look at the little snowman. Oh, look at the little snowman. So cute. It's so cute. Yeah, but I think this is off to a great start. Let me get rid of the sketches. Oh, nope. There we go. So how it started versus how it's going. Um, I know it's really hard because you got the steak is kinda taken away from Moss, and even if he was just kinda standing there crouched, it's pretty cool. Um, I can't get the idea that what you're depicting here is an occult ritual with me as the victim out of my head. Well, I mean, it's kind of true. Well, no, it's not. No, he's not part of the cult. I don't I don't know what I was thinking. I literally just no, it's all for kicks and giggles, Moss. But you look good. You look great, right? I hope. I can't wait to color this bad boy. And so I'm probably gonna go ahead I have a lot of work that I have to also get done today, and I have to eat. I need to go get some olives and mayonnaise and have myself a little party. But yeah, look for more digital art fun, and then I'm going to tell Maria I'm going to schedule my Dan Vasc finish the Dan Vasc why does that sound like I'm swearing? Finish the Dan Vasc painting, stream for this month so I don't have to do Outlast trials. Um, he's over in the corner looking up at the ceiling. And, he keeps the spiders at bay. The problem is that what am I gonna do with this painting when I'm done? I'm just gonna hang it up? Do I send it to somebody? I'd be willing to spend the money to send it to Brazil, have Dan sign it, and then sell it. But at the same time, it looks so good, I kinda wanna display it in my house. Um, um, but anyway. Um, yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for contributing to the Dream Stream Hour. You guys are the real ones, as Nomi says. I think I need to lower my camera, like angle it down more. I attached it to my wall so that way there's no look. I'm shaking my desk. There's no shaky on the camera because it's stuck to the wall. Only problem is like with the way that this camera is, and if I tilt it down more, like you can't see any of my artwork. Like I've got my Fantastic Four over here, and then I've got my chibi. So what's cool about this is that it's my chibi poster signed by Gina Carano. Excuse me, my chibi Cara Dune poster signed by Gina Carano. And then I actually have a prop from the movie that I won in a competition where it's a legitimate stage piece of the ribbon that goes in her hair. I actually won 2 for some reason, but they're actual Mandalorian props, movie props or TV props from the show. So I framed it inside of the poster where Regina signed it, and it's customized. It's to Tabitha. It's really great because of the fact that it's really great because the story is that she didn't know how to spell my name, and somebody went to a convention and got this, like, they bought my poster, took it to a convention, and had her sign it, and they had no idea how to spell my name. Um, so you will like, if maybe I'll show it off one of these days, you'll see that my name is spelled Tabitha. But a lot of people don't know how to spell Tabitha because it's not very common. So she spelled it Tabatha, and then they weren't sure if that's correct or not. So then you'll see like this little dot above the middle A to transform it into an I. And I appreciate that. I understand that, Brett. Yeah, hey, you gotta pick the people that you love the most, and, it's rough out there. Hopefully, she'll do more conventions, in the future. They're a lot of fun, that are a lot of work. Maybe she'll hire me again. That'd be fun. But, we always have a good time. We laugh a lot. But, okay, I wasn't gonna say anything, but that's the story that I heard. It's the story that I heard. But anyway, thank you all for your wonderfulness. There's nobody that over on Kick that to host you to. Gina's your sister. She says I'm her soul sister. We're soul sisters. Hey, when somebody tells you that they told their mom about you, it's like the highest compliment. Gina Carano's mother knows who I am. Not that that changes anything in my life, but it's really sweet to hear. Anywho, let me look around. I will catch you all on the flippity doo dah tomorrow, brush hour, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time once again. I think that I'm playing games with Sevi tonight on my gaming channel. Thank you all for your love and support. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for the financial support. You guys don't know what that means to me. It's truly a blessing. And I'll see you over on Patreon in the Artist Alley if you're posting artwork. And remember, 30 minutes after the stream ends, I'll be over in the Makeover Monday section. If you have any artwork that you want me to personally critique with love, only for improvement, not as a judgment, a negative judgment. So I'll be working on most. And I'll see you over there, okay? Have a great rest of the day.
If I was watching this video, I would like it. I would like the video, and I would probably subscribe because this is so thoroughly entertaining and also well executed.